In the battle between good and evil, we expect the heroes to triumph and the villains to face justice. But sometimes, anime and manga buck that trend, allowing the bad guys to succeed or escape unpunished. When antagonists clinch victory, it not only shocks us but challenges our notions of morality, sacrifice, and redemption. Get ready for a journey to the dark side as we explore villains who pulled off the impossible, defeating heroes and changing fates forever. Their ominous successes remind us that in fiction and in life, evil at times goes unpunished, keeping us engaged as we hope for their eventual downfall. But before we get into it, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And if you want to get notified every time I upload a new video, click the bell icon as well. It really helps me out and I appreciate it a lot. Alright, let's get started. Berserk still hasn't given Griffith his just desserts. Imagine watching an anime where everything goes south real fast. That's the 1997 Berserk for you. Picture this. Griffith, obsessed with power, betrays his closest allies, the Band of the Hawk. He sacrifices them to become Femto, a being of unimaginable power, and does the unthinkable to Casca, all while Guts watches, helpless. And then, bam, the anime ends, just like that. No follow-up, no closure. Griffith walks away, his crimes unpunished, leaving everyone hanging. It's a gut punch of an ending, showing sometimes the bad guys do win and you're just left wondering, what now? It's a dark twist that leaves fans debating and hoping for some kind of justice. But in the world of Berserk, who knows if that day will ever come? In Hellsing Ultimate, it's not your typical heroes save the day story. The villains, known as Millennium, have two big goals: to kickstart the biggest war in history and to take down Alucard, the ultimate vampire. Guess what? They actually pull it off. They ignite a massive bloody war and even manage to defeat Alucard by erasing him from existence, thanks to their trick with Schrödinger. Sure, Alucard makes a dramatic comeback 30 years later, but let's face it, Millennium achieved what they set out to do. They wanted chaos and a showdown with Hellsing, and they got it. So even though they're defeated, calling it a win for the good guys feels like a stretch. It's a story where the line between victory and defeat is blurred, making you question who really won in the end.
Don't do it, human. Don't become a monster.
Shaman King flips the script on your usual anime showdown. The big bad, Hao, is in a league of his own. From the get-go, it's clear he's so powerful that beating him in a fair fight is just a dream. And as expected, Hao clinches the title of Shaman King without breaking a sweat. But here's the twist. The world doesn't end in fire and brimstone because Hao decides to hit pause on his plans for wiping out humanity. It's not through battles or sheer force, but a conversation that keeps the world spinning. This ending leaves fans reeling. The heroes, despite their efforts, are leagues behind Hao in power, making it a story where the underdogs don't have their day. It's a rare sight in anime, showing sometimes the villain doesn't just win, they dominate from start to finish. Cyberpunk. Edge Runners serves up a brutal reminder that not all stories end on a high note. David and his crew of mercenaries find themselves up against the colossal Arasaka Corporation. Just when you think they might pull off the impossible, in comes Atom Smasher. This guy is bad news, straight from Cyberpunk 2077, and he's not here to play fair. In a shocking twist, he wipes out David and almost all of his friends, leaving only Lucy and Falco standing. Being a prequel to Cyberpunk 2077, it was kind of written in the stars that Arasaka and Atom Smasher would come out on top. But knowing that doesn't make the ending any less of a gut punch. It's a stark, heart-wrenching conclusion that leaves you reeling, showcasing the harsh reality of their world where the big bads stay untouchable and the heroes don't always get to see another day.
We're having a moment here! Watch out! Watch out! Watch out!
Mobile Suit Gundam, Iron-Blooded Orphans throws a curveball in how we see heroes and villains. Tekkadan, our band of heroes, fights valiantly but ultimately falls to Rustle and his Aryan Rod fleet. It's a crushing defeat, but then comes the twist. Fast forward a bit, and we find Rustle implementing all the reforms Tekkadan had fought for. It's a bittersweet pill to swallow. On one hand, the hero's goals are achieved, but on the other, it's the villain who makes it happen. Rustle's actions, driven by pragmatism rather than noble ideals, leave a complex legacy. The series ends with the unsettling notion that the line between hero and villain can blur, with the bad guys accomplishing what the heroes died trying to achieve, yet without facing any repercussions for their past actions. It's a nuanced ending that challenges viewers, leaving us to ponder the true cost of change and the nature of villainy.
ねえ、何人殺せばいい？あと何人殺せばそこへつける？教えてくれ、オルガ。
In Code Geass, Lelouch takes the concept of the ends justify the means to an extreme. As the series races to its climax, Lelouch's actions grow darker, painting him as the ultimate villain. But hold up, there's a twist. In the grand finale, it's revealed that Lelouch's villainous spree was all part of a grand plan. His goal? To become the world's enemy, uniting humanity against him and, in his death, bring about a lasting peace. Devilman Crybaby takes the tragic hero narrative to a whole new level, staying true to its manga roots. Akira, our protagonist, faces the ultimate loss as everyone he loves falls to Satan's forces. In a devastating climax, Akira doesn't just lose the battle against Satan, he loses his life. But the story doesn't end there. In a shocking twist, God, suggested to be just as malevolent, steps in to obliterate Earth, leaving no doubt about the villain's triumph. This isn't just a victory, it's a sweep. Devilman Crybaby masterfully updates the classic Devilman saga, presenting a tale where the bad guys don't just win, they obliterate any hope of redemption or a happy ending. It's a stark, modern retelling that captures the essence of the original while amplifying its darkest themes for today's audience, leaving us to ponder the true nature of evil and the cost of battle. The End of Evangelion is a classic that takes the concept of a villain's victory to cosmic levels. In this groundbreaking film, Sheele, the shadowy organization pulling the strings, aims for nothing less than the fusion of all human souls into one. Despite the desperate efforts of Shenji and his allies to thwart this apocalyptic agenda, Sheele kicks off the third impact, effectively ending the world as we know it. The aftermath leaves only Shinji and Asuka amidst the ruins of civilization. This isn't just a win for the villains, it's a game changer. The film concludes with the heroes utterly defeated, their world unrecognizable. Sheele's ambitions may not have been fully realized in the way they envisioned, but there's no denying they achieved their goal of reshaping humanity's fate. It's a haunting, ambiguous end that's debated by fans to this day, only somewhat addressed in the Rebuild of Evangelion series. The End of Evangelion remains a poignant example of how sometimes the bad guys do get their way, leaving a lasting impact on the genre and its audience. Panty and stocking with garter belt throws one of the wildest curveballs in anime history. Just when you think our daring duo has finally triumphed over evil for good, Stocking pulls off the ultimate betrayal. In a jaw-dropping twist, she kills Panty, reveals she's a demon, and scatters Panty's body across the globe in 666 pieces. Talk about a bad breakup. This twist doesn't just flip the script, it shreds it to bits. It's a moment that undermines all the hero's efforts, handing the villains a last-minute win. But here's the kicker. The show's bonkers, over-the-top humor somehow makes this shocking turn feel right at home. Even as the villains dance in the end zone, the series' absurdist charm ensures the story doesn't lose its fun, keeping viewers hooked and laughing even in disbelief. It's a testament to the show's unique flavor, where even a villain's victory can't dampen the wild ride.
You know how our heavenly weapons kill ghosts and shit, but don't work on people like it all.
Yeah?
I wonder what they do to angels.
Fuck if I know. I mean, you would have to try it to see.
Puella Magi Madoka Magica, the movie, Rebellion, takes the concept of a twist ending to heart-wrenching heights. Just when you think the battle's won with Kyubei's defeat, the rug's pulled out from under us. Homura, in a move no one saw coming, reveals her true colors. She hijacks the story, usurping Madoka's godly position to reshape reality itself. Her goal? To create a world where she can be with Madoka. Consequences be damned. This revelation doesn't just shock, it redefines the entire series. Homura's turn from friend to foe, from hero to villain, flips the narrative on its head. It's a bold move that casts the preceding story in a new, darker light, showcasing the lengths to which love and obsession can drive someone. Rebellion cements its place as a standout anime by daring to ask, what happens when the villain wins not through strength, but through the betrayal of trust? It's a twist that keeps fans talking and solidifies the film's legacy as a masterclass in storytelling.
そうね。確かに今の私は魔女ですらない。あの神にも等しく聖なるものを貶めて蝕んでしまったんだもの。そんな真似ができる存在はもう悪魔とでも呼ぶしかないんじゃないかしら。
While upsetting at times, these instances of villainous victory often make for unforgettable, thought-provoking tales. They turn expectations on their heads, keeping beloved series unpredictable right to the very end. More importantly, they bring added depth and realism to stories by showing evil's frightening tenacity. But this also makes eventual redemption sweeter, and the hero's renewed resolve that much more inspiring. So while we eagerly await the sequels where karma may finally catch up, these villains' moments of success remain impactful symbols of how even shadows at times may temporarily snuff out the light. If you like what I do in here, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.